Welcome to this week's episode of the Weston Motivates podcast. Today we are joined by a good friend of mine, very dear friend. He is a former collegiate basketball player, very good local high school basketball player, knows very much about the game of basketball and hard work in general. And in this week's episode, we talk about hard work, we talk about basketball, faith, what it was like for him growing up, and a little bit of self isolation during COVID times. This week's episode is Mr. Peyton West.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Peyton West, thanks for being on the podcast again. Take number two, yes sir. A lot of this will be repeated. I'll do a better job at because after the podcast, I have time to think like what would I ask? How would I ask you differently? What would I ask? So it'll be different. It won't just be like a rerun. Yeah. But I will ask you this so that whoever's watching this kind of knows. Can you give me like a background of your life as a basketball player? Because you play basketball here at Monterey. Can you give me a little bit of a backstory about how you got into basketball and where you finished?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So I grew up around basketball. My dad was a high school coach from the time I was born. He coached girls until I was about 8 years old or something like that. And then he took over the boys' job here at Monterey. He was at Monterey the whole time. And so me and my brother just growing up, we were in Monterey High School basketball. And my dad would expose us to it really. Like he would show us videos and stuff. We had a little tax ball at the house.
So you watch Michael Jordan a lot?
Yeah, we would watch. It wasn't even like it was like this one video. It wasn't like we were like had you like we're on YouTube. Like it wasn't. We were young.
Yeah.
It wasn't there.
Right.
And so we had like this one DVD of Michael Jordan that I would just fan over and over and over. And I was really big into NBA TV back then. So I was really invested.
Yeah.
So I go down a little tax ball and like the cradle down and stuff. And I never did that ever take the goal.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, yeah. That's
Yeah. Never played like Michael Jordan at all actually. Didn't take the shots he took. But
yeah.
he was my favorite player.
You took like smart shots. He was lucky like taking like pull up long mid range like contested shots, which is like go.
Yeah, well, I wasn't allowed to take those shots. It was a little different. Not everybody can take those.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, so just always around it, dude. And got to high school. My dad was still my high school coach. Had some good teams. Had some success. Was lucky enough, I guess, blessed enough to play in college. So I went JUCO for 2 years at Ball State, and then I went to Tennessee Western and played for 3 years. So I played for 5 years. My first year was COVID, so it kind of
Yeah.
yeah.
So 5 years. Okay, sick. Yeah. So big basketball guy. You never grew up like watching TV. It was like basketball.
A little bit. I didn't watch TV. Like I watched shows and stuff. I really liked like superheroes and stuff back when I was little.
Wait, so what shows were you watching? Was it Teen Titans and stuff?
I didn't watch Teen Titans. My buddies did, but I watched like I don't know, the one that sticks out the most was the Transformers show. And I'm not even big at Transformers anymore. But I watched a lot. Like Marvel was a peak when I grew up.
What years was this like?
I mean, 2018 was my junior year.
So like Infinity War like dropped. So
Literally.
like, yeah, peak.
Yeah, peak.
Peak Marvel.
So that whole run, like I was like a kid for.
Yeah.
So like I remember Iron Man. I remember watching the first Captain America at the house. Like
that movie was fire.
Fire. There. What's your favorite Marvel? That's first.
I think the best Marvel movie is the first Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's a good pick.
I think it's a 10 out of 10 movie.
That's a good pick, man.
What's your favorite? Like your all time?
If I was to go back and watch one now, I mean, I might watch Infinity War, but probably Winter Soldier. I love Winter Soldier.
It is good.
Like when I went back and rewatched that whole thing, like whenever it started kind of sucking, I was like, I want to go back and watch it. Yeah, Winter Soldier was the one that stood out. That's God.
Yeah, they cooked it that.
They cooked it that.
They cooked. Yeah,
it was gas. But yeah, so it wasn't just basketball, but it was mostly basketball. Especially when I got into high school, like I would like really just started watching highlights and stuff. I remember being in my dad's class, but not the best way to spend your time, but personal finance. I was watching highlights. Me and my buddy were watching highlights.
Yeah.
Damian Lillard became my guy at the time.
But your dad taught personal finance here?
Yeah, he taught personal finance on like lifetime bonus. So he was like,
I did not know that.
Yeah, he was a part of the Oberl lab, computer lab.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, he taught up until I graduated. And then when I graduated, left.
Is that when did he go to White Plains?
Yeah, his office was at White Plains. It wasn't like he was working at White Plains, but it was like the school just had their office up there. So kind of does the same thing. Yeah. But so yeah, it wasn't just basketball. Now I watch more basketball probably ever.
Oh wow.
That's ironic. As crazy as that is, like, uh, I haven't watched the show until just the other day, but I haven't finished the show in probably a year. I just started basketball. Like, I'm watching FIBA. I'm watching,
Student of the game.
trying to learn. Trying to learn. The more you get into coaching, the more I feel like, the less I feel like I'm.
Yeah.
The less you do about me.
Yeah, that's true. You get humble.
Humble.
Like other coaches and people that know the game.
Yeah.
You're just like, wow, yeah, like I need more.
It's crazy too, because now I was an assistant coach last year. I'm about to be a head coach.
Yes.
And as an assistant, it's super easy. You make all the suggestions. They take it, they don't, whatever. You're never wrong.
Yeah.
You know?
It's true.
And if you are wrong, it's their fault. It's not your fault.
Yeah.
They made a decision.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Yeah. Then, now I'm a head coach. And as soon as I had to start making a practice plan, I was like, dang, there's a lot more to this than I thought. Like, I have to decide like what we're going to work on, which drills to pick for us to work on that, how we're going to set the drill up. Like, now, I got to do culture stuff too. Like, there's a lot to it. So I'm spamming basketball right now while I got some time. Just spamming it. And just trying to pick up what I can. So yeah.
Yeah. So just a student of the game, love the game, kind of grew up with it around your dad.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, well, I know you told me when we filmed this the first time, so you went to Ball State and you had to deal with isolation because it's COVID and you're like a freshman, you know,
Yeah.
and you had a weird like living situation, right? You didn't have a roommate, right?
No, I actually did it at home. That's later on. So at Ball State, I COVID hit. So this is 2020. This is the back end of 2020, August through December, whatever.
Yeah.
And so our season was super weird. We didn't play our first game until January 20 something. And so we didn't have a reason to practice. Also, the school was like, we're canceling all on campus classes. It's a junior college, so they already had a bunch of onlines anyway, so they could just transition super easy.
Yeah.
They're like, we're canceling all online or all campus, so you're all online. And so, shoot, the coach at the time was like, you don't have a reason to like live here, like at all. And I was like, it's kind of cool, you know, when we at home, just drive for an hour with a team with a buddy at the time that played there too. And so, but because there was like no social interaction, we weren't really practicing, no classes, all my friends from high school went to Tech or elsewhere. It's not like you could just go hang out at Tech at the time. They were super light when it's COVID.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
About that.
Yeah, so you couldn't really get a job.
Yeah.
So I was like working like farm and stuff by myself. And so I was super isolated. My day was I'd wake up around 8 or something. Eventually go to the gym. I would go here to work out while they were in school, which is super embarrassing as a graduate.
But then you got all the kids like lazing you. They're like, it's Peyton West. Oh my gosh.
Maybe, but either way, I was not having it.
Oh wait, you were like a freshman, yeah. So they're like kind of around your age.
Yeah, I mean, I went to school with all.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
that wasn't the case. Maybe like the newcomers, like the fresh.
It was like everybody, but my friends were gone
Yeah,
because they had all left. So it's like the same people, but some people I was like,
close with.
yeah, yeah. So it was weird. And so, yeah, dude, it was a rough time. I really had never um, thought about, like, I was always pretty independent. Never really felt like I needed a whole lot, and got kind of hummed me right there. It's like, yeah, you need a circle around you. And because I'm so independent and hard-headed and stubborn, I didn't really seek that out for a while. So my freshman year, I was super, super isolated, was miserable. Like the things I put my hope and trust in was basketball and otherworldly things. And I remember just driving to the gym every day, like something I used to love. I did the same thing before, like nothing really changed.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, like I was in a really dark place. I thought, man, I'd be happy dead. That's what I would tell myself for months. And so eventually things started to change. Like COVID started to dial back a little bit. Our season started. Um, Started to be around the team more. That was, huge. But it's still like something was not right. And it got better. My sophomore year was normal, so that was a lot easier. It was up there more. It was a regular year.
Yeah.
And then I'm starting to pick where I'm going to go to school, and I just kind of wasn't super close to God this time. I'm trying to find your way back, but like I said, I was super stubborn. I was really kind of living like the Lord of my own life.
Yeah.
And so, but I felt led to go to West, so I went to Tennessee Western after that. Felt super led to go there. I couldn't tell you why. And when I get there, there's like a weird thing going on in my house. And so they're like, well, you can get an apartment, but you got 2 days to get it. And I was like, I'm gonna get an apartment. It's gonna be cheaper or whatever. And but because it was so late, everybody else was cool. And so I'm trying to get my apartment. Everybody's got their place. And so I'm by myself. And so there it is again. I'm just back isolated. And part of it's my own fault. I didn't put myself out there enough. But also it's kind of how I was. Like I said, I was pretty independent. Didn't put it didn't feel the want to do so, even though I knew I needed to. And so I'm back isolated again, the same thoughts. It's like, man, I'd be happy dead sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
And it got better, man. Looking back, a lot of it was just a result of my own sin, why I felt that way. Um, you try and like, maybe you don't even try and blame God, but you kind of like, God, why am I in this situation?
Yeah.
Even
I know
though
that feeling.
yeah, even though I kind of put myself there a little bit too, and I definitely kept myself there. But honestly, being in the situation, it would have been a lot better if I put my whole trust and faith in God and not been the Lord of my own life, not stayed in my sin, you know?
Yeah.
But it got better, man. I've stayed there. The Lord had kept me there. I had no plans on staying for 3 years. I was gonna leave after two and graduate. In fact, I took like 12 hours, 15 hours maybe, that Christmas and summer just so I would graduate on time.
Okay.
Because when I transferred, it something went like crazy with the hours.
So you were like behind. You were gonna have to do a fifth year, but you kind of caught up.
Kind of. I wasn't behind, but they just added on to it. Like whenever you transfer from JUCO, sometimes they're like, "Yeah, you took all these classes, but we needed these classes instead of those." You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I did that to catch up,
Hmm.
and so I could graduate in two, and then I get there my senior year, and I'm like, I'm about to graduate, but I don't really want to do what I'm about to go do. And just some things kept me there, man. So I played another year, had full intentions of leaving after the third year. Like I'm like, once season's over, I'm gonna move out.
Yeah.
Come back home, and then just stuff kept me there. God kept keeping me there, and I'm still here today. I'm still here today, man.
So that is crazy, bro. It's cool to see like how you did in the fifth year. You didn't plan on doing it
Yeah,
because you were like, I kind of need time to figure things out, and God worked that out for you. And then He gave you an extra year to play basketball, get more knowledge, and then now you're a coach.
yeah,
So you've got more experience, more knowledge, more wisdom. You know, you matured more with your relationship with the Lord and just life and everything in general. So like everything worked out in the end.
yeah. I like how you put that. How God worked it out for me because it wasn't me working it out by any means. That was yeah. I've never thought about it like that, but yeah, He definitely did.
Yeah.
And He planned it too. Like it was, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was definitely some growing pains. It was to point me back to Him. Praise God, He did it because my human nature would choose the sinful path 10 times out of 10. So, um, but that place leads you to brokenness, leads you to shame, and it's just not a fruitful path. That God created us in a way where only He can sustain us, only He can fulfill us. And so once those things lead to brokenness, it's like, okay, where do I turn? And God's like, I'm right here, wait.
Yeah.
You know, like I created you in this way, only I can fulfill you and sustain you. And I'd love to do that. You know, so it's super cool that He put me in that situation.
Yeah.
Pull me back to that.
Yeah, that is sick. Can you tell me a little bit about your journey in the faith from being young to where you're at now? Kind of
Yeah.
a summary.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I just shared a little bit, but yeah. So, grew up in church. I got saved at 6 years old because I went to a lock-in at my grandparents' church. Yeah, stuck with this. Went to a lock-in at my grandparents' church, and I guess the youth pastor at the time. I don't even remember who he was or what he looked like, but I remember what he talked about. He said it's the first time I ever heard about hell and the devil, and he was like, the only way you don't go to hell and the devil is you got to accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior. That's not even the terminology I would use today, but I was like, oh, I don't want to go to hell.
He's literally trying to scare the devil out of you.
Yeah.
Like he was literally
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that was, yeah. So I got saved then, if that's what you want to call it. And nothing really changed. I mean, I was 7 years old or whatever. So.
Would you say you were like actually saved? Because like I was saved at 5, and sometimes I'm like, was I actually saved? But then I think like it was real. Like I feel in my heart I'm saved. So like maybe I wasn't saved at 5, but I can't recall a time in my life where it's like, yeah, I like fully accepted Him there. Like I really do think I was saved at 5.
Yeah. That's a great question. I feel like there's some deep theology in that.
Yeah.
Because salvation is the Lord's.
Mm-hmm.
Like He does what He wants to do when He wants. So I don't know. I really don't know. For me to declare Jesus as Lord, my Lord, or Jesus to declare Jesus as my Lord and Savior, and then not live like it, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying people do that all the time and then straight away go back. I'm not saying that. So I don't know. I don't know. It's honestly not worth me thinking about it
Yeah, that's true.
because I don't know.
Yeah.
And
It's like, why struggle with that?
yeah,
Why-
yeah. And I have that thought too about other people now that I like am like I put my faith in Jesus and stuff. And I'm like, I wonder if they're, that's such a bad thought.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's such a bad thought to think about somebody else's salvation.
Mhm.
It's a good idea to push them towards Christ,
Yeah.
but to be like, the way they live, I don't think they got it. That's a terrible thought. So I try not to think the thoughts.
That's good.
Yeah. So I don't know. But either way, at 8 years old, got baptized or whatever it was, and then nothing really changed. And then at 11 years old, so if you believe that Jesus died, rose again from the grave, then you believe that He sent the Holy Spirit down to live in us.
Yeah.
And I just felt like the Holy Spirit started moving in me, and I started reading a Bible that was like, I don't think I didn't have a Bible yet. It was like a Bible I found that I did. It was like the first Bible. It's not even the Bible.
Yes, I remember you telling me.
Yeah, it might have even just been the first Genesis and Exodus. Honestly, like just thinking about it, I don't know. I don't know where it's at today. But either way, I found this Bible in our house, and I fell in love with it, and I read the first 5 or 10 chapters just over and over.
Like
I was-
Genesis.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So like, if someone asks, like, how did God create the earth? Like, how does it? You're like, all right, and then you
Oh, the
just read
first-
the
yeah.
first 5 chapters and everything.
I loved it though. I don't know why I didn't keep going. There was a bookmark at the thing. I don't know why I didn't keep going. I just kept reading chapter one over and over and over for a while.
Yeah.
And then eventually had the great idea of you just bookmark where you're at and keep going. So yeah, I fell in love with reading the Word at the time. Something moved in me to do that. And my mom at the time too was also really good about showing us sermons, especially that she loved watching. So I really started to grow around 11 or 12 years old. And then at 12 years old, I got a phone.
And that's when the downfall.
That's when it starts, man.
Yeah.
Especially at the time because it was so new. Like we were all gifted. It wasn't like a the 15-year-olds that had one for a while. They were kind of getting one too. Like you know what I'm saying? Like Snapchat was starting to become a thing. Instagram had kind of already been a thing a little bit, but it was really starting to pick up. And you know as well as I do, those things, the algorithms they push on you, it's not.
They're
It's
scary.
not Christ. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's definitely not Christ.
It's always been like that. And so I got a phone, and we were all just how we all were, getting pushed into it, but we weren't going to be like, this bad. We kind of knew it. It's just what everybody did. And so I started kind of straying away from the Lord. And at about 13, which it's wrong, but nobody's wanting to step up and say it. But at 13, I was like, man, I don't want that anymore. Like I miss being all in for Christ, and I miss being on fire for God, and I'm tired of living this way. I want to live Him. And so I remember just praying, like crying out to God, like, what do I do? And I felt moved to tell my dad. And that's like, I'll do, at the time, it's like, what do I do? I'll do anything. And then it's like, tell your dad, it's like, I don't want to tell
It's hard to like confess stuff, especially to like a family member.
Yeah. And I was really, like I said, I was really within it anyway. So like telling somebody, especially him, really, really tough.
Yeah.
And so I remember a moment when he was in my room and shortly after, it was just beat him. And I felt super, super moved to tell him. And like it felt like he could have done it for me, honestly. Like it was the Holy Spirit could have done it for me. But he doesn't, won't, and I didn't tell him. And so from then on, I didn't realize at the time, but I kind of made myself the Lord of my own life. And so I started kind of living like that. I really kind of got down at that time as an eighth grader. And then I get to high school and I kind of just forgot about God. Maybe not forgot about it, but I wouldn't read my Bible. I wasn't living like crazy worldly, but I wasn't seeking Christ,
You're just kind of like out of drift.
Yeah.
Just chilling.
Yeah. And so I went through all of high school like that. And then when I got to freshman year, when I went through all that stuff, when I was super isolated, I was like, kind of start to turn back to God. I didn't change how I lived. I just started crying out, this is awful. Please help me out. Why, why me?
Yeah.
And then it got to a point to where, like I said, it kind of got better at ball. And then I get back to square one at Tipsy Westland. And then after my junior year, I remember moving back in my senior year to my apartment from the summer and just thinking like I've been there a couple days, just thinking like I can't say. And it's been on my heart to tell somebody like what I was going through for a while, and I hadn't told anybody at the time. And so at 21, I confessed to my best friend, my pastor, and it was super life changing. Still is life changing just to have people in your corner. And things started getting better at that moment. And the Bible, it tells you how to live a good, abundant life. And it gives you the key to abundant life and to eternal life. So um, it got better then. It still is getting better today. And uh, God keeps putting me in situations to grow me and lead me towards Him. So,
That's good.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. That's a really cool story to hear. And I know, like last time I had told you, like some people will say, like, "Do I have a boring testimony?" You know,
Yeah.
but, like I don't think there's a such thing as like a boring testimony.
Yeah.
Like it may not be something wild where it's like you grew up like an atheist and like curse God, or you were like some type of like witch, like casting spells, and then like God revealed Himself. It's like no, every testimony is like special.
Yeah.
You know, and that's very special.
Yeah. And I think the thing about testimonies is like you try and almost draw a reaction out of people, like a feeling, like, oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But the best testimony we can give is that God so loved the world that while we were yet sinners,
Yeah.
He died for us, sent His only Son to die for us, and rose again from the grave, conquering death.
Yeah.
So that we may know Him and live an abundant eternal life. And so that's the best testimony, regardless.
Yeah.
I don't really like saying my testimony because if it was up to me, it would not have.
It's just needing a savior.
It's exactly. It got put, and I didn't think I want a savior. I don't want to save. Like I want to do it myself.
Yeah.
But I need a savior. God put me in those situations to recognize that need. And so, yeah, there's boring testimony, whatever you want to call it. Like the story it's important because God put you through it to lead you back to Him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's no such thing as boring testimony.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we do. I think it's an injustice to try and over exaggerate it.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, the gospel is enough.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's great. You bring up a good point. There are some people, especially pastors, like I'll see they're preaching or they're talking about the Bible or their life, like kind of how, you know, God's working in their life and stuff like that. And they'll try and like not fake it. They'll try and over exaggerate what's going on. And it just comes out as like corny. Like you can see it on social
Yeah.
media with some pastors.
Yeah.
And some people where they're telling their testimony and it's like they're talking about stuff. I'm not bashing anyone or any preacher or anybody, but it's like almost like they're like
Yeah, exactly.
it was so awful. Like my life, it was just in shambles and everything. Like it was awful. And then you just find out like, bro, their parents want to get them an Xbox or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's like it's not that deep.
Yeah.
I mean, like maybe you wanted an Xbox really bad, but it's like
Yeah.
it's not that crazy to like say like all these things people are saying. But yeah.
Yeah. I heard a pastor the other day, and it was I'm a little split on it because he wasn't sharing his testimony, like he was just preaching.
Yeah.
But he was telling like parts of his backstory about how he showed up to church drunk or whatever and was kind of got saved and stuff. But he was super detailed, and I'm cool with it. I've heard two messages and it said it, but I'm cool with it because church is a place to be honest.
Yeah.
And we come there thinking it's not. Like we put on our best selves, you know, when in reality it's like the opposite of what we should be doing.
Yeah.
But also there wasn't as much scripture in the message as like I don't want to say I prefer, but like and I need.
Yeah.
You know, and so,
Expository preaching is preaching from scripture.
yes,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, yeah, and so I was like, this is a cool story, but also it's not. We need some gospel on it too. And I'm not saying, like, yeah, I get what you.
It's like where does this all tie in?
Yeah, yeah. Are we bragging or are we preaching?
Yeah,
You know.
Yeah.
Because some people are like, I had so many girls and I was a drunk and partying all the time. And it's like, you're making me want to go do that. Like, what are you talking?
that's true. Yes.
Yeah.
Some people in their testimony, they do. And it's almost they spend so much detail on that, and then they're like, my friend invited me to church, and then I just got saved after that.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. Well, I know you talked about like kind of how you with your dad, you kind of like opened up. It must have felt really good to get that weight off your shoulders, right?
A little bit. So at 23 years old.
Sorry, with your friend.
My friend. Yes.
Like when you had first.
Yeah. So at 21, when I told my friend, my pastor at the time, it was incredible. it was so needed, man. And even today, if I go like a day or so without either confessing sin or just saying what's on my mind and just to talk it out, and I don't want it to be like a one-stop conversation. Like I prefer if they share it. Yeah, but it's needed. Like if I don't for a day or two, it's like just like your soul's like the outcast, you know? Yeah. And so yeah, it was much needed, man. My dad, I told him, so I didn't tell him at 13, and I never told anybody till 21. And I'm going through life, starting work or whatever, and I feel like when I'm praying that I put my faith in you, but there's this thing in the back of my mind. It's like, oh, really? Because when you were 13 and you still have it, and it's like, okay, I've had it, I got that, and I still struggle with telling him. Like I'm still like that strong-willed and whatever. I struggle with telling him. It took me a couple months, and then I finally told him. I mean, he was super understanding, and I mean, he didn't condemn me or anything like that. I was like, man, I should have told you when I was 13. Would have been a lot better, but yeah, and then at that time, it actually at 23, I did not feel like there was a way of myself. It was not like really, yeah, it was not like oh, it's so much better. It was like okay, now what? And then because of that, I was like, I got to stop. So I went on like a 21-day social media fast. Yeah, start the year and highly recommend. Um, but just instead of being on social media or whatever else, I was trying to spend my time when I got home at like 7 or 8 o'clock, just watch the sermon. And I don't know why we don't always sit that way. Honestly, like it's so much better. There was anxiety's down, stress is down. You're not focused on yourself as much, man. You're focused on the gospel. And I'm trying to live like that a little more. I'm about to leave Snapchat like that. And I believe everything else. Really? Yeah, I get on Instagram like every other day, maybe if I'm bored, but I don't have it on my phone. Yeah. Like it's on my computer. Now I put my computer a whole lot right now. So yeah, I think I'm about to clean it off.
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing that, like a 21 day or like a month,
Yeah.
like social media fast, seeing like, because that's what I've heard everybody say. They just feel like everything feels so much more real.
Yeah, and even social media, like when you're looking at it, just the feeling you get, even whenever you're not looking at it for anything bad, like you can just be looking at it just to laugh at Twitters. Yeah. But then you see some junk that's just like it just makes like I don't know, maybe you don't feel this way, but it made me feel like just I hate looking at it. Like when I'm done looking at it, I'm like, all right, now I kind of be a little lazier. Yeah. Like just the fruit of your life kind of just dims. You know?
No, I agree. I just feel burnt out. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
I really just wasted like 20 minutes on my phone. That just feels like a waste of like my life. Honestly, even my soul.
Yeah.
It might sound crazy, but it feels like I'm literally being drained of the energy I have.
Correct. Like whenever if you ever do one, like a fast or whatever, yeah, you will feel more energy for sure. Really? Yeah. I did one, my first one, I think, she went like a true fast. I just, before 8 o'clock, I wouldn't get on it. Okay. And then at 8 o'clock, it's like, you know, wrong way. Yeah, that's good. But I did it whenever I was at the Rams, I think it was the first year. Yes. And instead, I would make myself read a book in time 12 age because it was free. Like I definitely had more energy. I think it helped me whenever I was training you guys.
Yeah. We felt it.
Okay,
We felt
I hope so.
We knew we were on the same wavelength. Like we were like we don't know Peyton's doing a 21 day social media fast, but like there's something different.
I hope, man.
We felt it.
I hope, bro. That's good. I need to live, man. Why not live that way?
Yeah, that's true.
You know, why allow it to take so much of yourself that you don't have a lot to give up? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah.
Dude, did you see Christopher Nolan doesn't even own a phone? He doesn't even have an email. I think he said he has a flip phone for like texting and calling several people. But like
That's pretty horrible.
yes, that is horrible. The dude that made the Odyssey, like out of the gate, was like the biggest thing on social media for like a week. Like doesn't have social media, hasn't had it. I don't even think like he got an email like when the internet first started up. Like I don't think he's ever like he's never hopped on that way.
That's it.
It is sick.
That's it. Cause shout out to him for not having a job that needs that.
Yeah. He said people do everything for him though. He was like, yeah, he was like my people have emails and stuff like that. So it makes sense.
Clearly, you can't not have email. Yeah. But no social media, yeah. So no iPhone too. That's pretty.
Yeah, that's the move.
Yeah,
that's the move.
Yeah, I thought about it. I think I'll just take social media, cut that down a little bit.
Yeah, phones are useful. We're starting to live in a time where like you can't like not have a phone.
Yeah.
Like soon you're gonna have to have a like iPhone Pay
Yeah.
to go places. Like soon they probably won't even let you have like a card.
Yeah.
I'm sure within the next like 10 years, like credit card, debit card, that probably won't even be a thing.
Yeah.
It'll probably just all be on your phone.
Exactly. And I do some stuff I do work stuff on my phone. Like I email from my phone. So I have to text our team's parents on my phone and stuff.
Yeah.
It is useful. Like there's definitely benefits.
Yeah.
I'm not saying.
Mm-hmm. What would you say has been the biggest struggle so far as a coach?
Mm.
Because you were just an assistant, but now you're a head coach, but the season hasn't really started.
Yeah. I haven't had I haven't had season yet. We had summer. Yeah. Definitely just making the decisions at first. You don't realize how little you do as an assistant coach until you're the head coach. And you don't realize how important the decisions are as a head coach, like every decision, until you make them. And I mean, I still have to tap in that. But just our first summer practice, when I was making that practice plan, I was like, golly, like, I got to pick between all these drills, and I only got this so much time. And I've had 6 practices before we play, and like, what am I going to put in? And I'll have any guys like stuff like this. There's a lot to the decision making you got to make.
Yeah.
So I mean, shoot, you probably realize that a little bit in real coaching. So definitely making the decisions. I think too, in terms of like the coaching, it's way more important to grow them as people than players. And I think if you grow them as people, these two players will grow exponentially less. But I'm super competitive, and I wanted to make a point this summer that we could compete. So I think I lost out of that a little bit. So when we get back this summer, or when we get back in school here in a week or so, we get back in LPG to practice or whatever, I'm gonna make more of a point of not just culture. Like I'm not saying I can go to culture, just trying to shape it.
Yeah.
But uh, with that, try and get some values and then state the values daily throughout the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
So
I like that. It's a good idea.
we'll see.
Dude, I had this idea I came up with, I want to say my junior or senior year of high school, because I've always wanted to be a coach. Like I knew when I was done basketball, that was the plan.
Yeah.
And the Rams just happened to be like the perfect opportunity. Christian homeschool, like I was homeschooled on Christian, like
Great organization.
great organization, skill wise, talent wise, not on the public school level, but I want to take them to that level. And so I was like, when I'm a coach, why has nobody ever done this? What you do on the very first practice, you have a kid that like maybe lives in your neighborhood or something, throw him in there. And then you tell him like, hey, I'll give you $20. You come here and you do this and you act a fool. Like the things you don't want kids to be doing, like talking, goofing off, you have him go in there and do that.
Yeah.
Then at some point in the practice, you just crash out on him and kick him off the team. But he was like a little dummy.
Yeah.
I was like, I mean, like that's crazy, but like think about it. Like you could do that.
You could. You definitely could.
And then just not tell the players, like, yeah, that was a kid that lived in my neighborhood, by the way. Like that's why you don't see him at school.
Yeah. I mean, you could. But I'll probably say, depending on your age, especially the younger you go, you'll have somebody acting a fool anyway. So
Yeah. But like
maybe
to
not kick
say
the ball.
you don't have to kick a kid off the team, like just to intimidate them. So they're like, oh shoot, like he's for real.
Maybe that's a little excessive kicking them off. Maybe
Yeah.
you're running enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kicking off is like you really screwed up.
Yeah.
Like you punched the fans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That would be so difficult to do, like to kick a kid like in middle school off the team.
Yeah.
I feel like that rarely ever happens. It happens all the time in high school.
It does because what got them kicked off is worse.
Oh yeah.
What they
And they're like basically like almost grown.
Yeah.
Seniors in high school.
They're
like,
immature adults.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. We didn't have nothing raised at that college. Which college for me to kick it off, you either are super disrespectful to the coach, like you literally stand up to him, or which one never got kicked off, but or you get arrested.
Yeah, that makes
That's
sense.
really what it is. You just get arrested.
Yeah, legal problems will get you in the butt, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, what was the craziest like story of like a teammate that you ever had in your life? Like where the teammate you had, maybe it was high school or college, like was just acting a fool. Maybe there was like a fight or they did something. Maybe they get kicked off, but like just one. You don't have to name any names, but like was there a crazy story you have where it was like you came home and well your dad was a coach, but maybe it didn't have your you told one of your friends, you were like, listen to what just happened. Like
Oh man. I don't know about crazy. I mean, there's like there's some in college. There's some almost fights of practice. There's almost fights of practice in high school. So you dealt with that too. Yeah, I don't know. There was one. I don't even know if I want to share it because it might have to coach. So I don't like. I don't know. Uh, I'll
You,
tell you after.
all
I'll
right.
tell you after. But yeah,
I know that there were some crazy ones
yeah,
that I know I have that I've seen like a fist fight happen off of
yeah,
a jump ball,
yeah.
which was crazy.
That
Also,
happens.
yeah,
That
yeah, oh yeah. I've had a teammate.
the fighting never bothered me though.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
eating.
yeah,
No.
exactly, yeah. But a lot of times the people fighting like it stemmed from off court stuff.
Yeah.
So they were just
Yes.
waiting for it to happen.
Like I would never fight my buddy.
Yeah.
You know, so I wasn't gonna fight anybody anyways. But usually it was built up
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's always built up. I know some stuff happened like over lock-ins and stuff that had nothing to do with basketball, where it was just like a freshman being super immature,
Yeah.
trying to prove his worth to like a senior, and then like it just backfired on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had two of those. I played with some teammates who were pretty good here, who were pretty good about us. He was pushing them. His cat. He would push them. Yeah, but he was also like putting him in place,
Oh yeah.
especially some of the freshmen. So there's people with there like Sheridan. Look, that's my guy, Kev. It was
Yeah, I like it.
it was a good thing he did.
Yeah.
He really made people thoughtful without uh, aggravating his ways.
Yeah.
So
Y'all had a lot of the pieces back then. Like I mean, you had Kevin, and like from my understanding, yeah, it was like Kevin was like he wasn't gonna put up with anything like crazy. Like I remember, I think
Kevin was on the road.
he was crazy. I would say, yeah. I think I remember maybe coming to an open gym, and he was like looking out for like the little guys.
He definitely made us
In a
better.
way.
He made you strong. Like he wouldn't just pick on the freshmen. Like he would pick on juniors and seniors with us.
Yeah.
And eventually people figured out how to handle it, but at first it really bothered someone. So he made us mentally strong.
Mhm.
As much as a lot of people been like Kevin, there's probably good reason because he got ejected twice.
Yes.
But
That made it.
he made us better, sure. And he was a good player. He helped us out a lot. But just his leadership style made us
Yeah. Yeah, no, dude, I remember too. Like, I mean, I grew up coming to y'all's games and everything. So, like, I had said in podcast take number one, like, I didn't grow up like idolizing like Steph Curry or like celebrities or even like shoot like Iron Man, anybody like that at the time. It was like my heroes were like the Tech basketball players because our neighbor was the coach. So, like, I would grew up around those guys and you guys, like the Monterey basketball players. Like, they were older than me, but also interacted with me. So it was like cool.
yeah.
I remember coming to a game, and I don't know if maybe y'all were losing, whatever was going on, but I think I was like, where's Kevin at? Like, he's not on the floor, and they were like, oh, like Kevin can't play this game, like he's suspended and something like that. Like he got ejected and couldn't play the next like 2 games or something.
Yeah.
I was just like, dang,
Yeah, that happened
like
twice.
it's wild. I was like, dang, this dude Kevin, like that hurts. Like that made me mad.
Yeah. I don't yeah. He deserved both of them. He'll probably tell you that.
Yeah,
It's my
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Still talk to him about that.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll do that too.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you still talk to Paxton.
Oh yeah, we can back talk probably today.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's sick because y'all look pretty far.
Yeah.
Wait, is he in Michigan? He's still in Michigan.
Yeah, he's in Michigan.
Gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, dog.
Yeah, yeah, he's a G. He's a G for sure. Gosh, what was I gonna say? Okay, tell me a little bit about your like hard work and everything, because you became like a really good basketball player and everything here. Um, yeah, like what was it like putting in work as a basketball player? Were you like, okay, I'm gonna come in the gym and grind for like 5 hours a day, or was it like I'm gonna come in here for an hour and be as efficient as I can? I'm gonna be super consistent. What was kind of your mindset as a basketball player and getting better?
It definitely changed as I got older. Um, growing up, I was just super motivated. Super motivated. I was always pretty small. Like I grew eight. Like you hear stories when you're watching an NBA game or something like, oh, Jonathan Isaac. This is the one. Jonathan Isaac grew 8 inches in high school,
Oh my gosh,
and I'm like, so did I.
did you really?
Yeah, I just started off super small.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so well, technically eighth grade, some to high school, but yeah, still, either way. So like, I was always undersized and overlooked a little bit in my opinion. So I was super motivated, and I loved basketball, so I wanted to be good, and so that just kind of added to it. And so I always felt like I worked pretty hard. It obviously got better as I got older. terms of like junior and senior year. I remember my junior year, I was in here pretty much every day.
Yeah.
My junior year, we was in sub-state. I did not have a good back end of the season, especially the tournament. Like we kind of nipped the sub-state. The fact that we almost won that game is kind of crazy.
Who'd y'all play?
Eagle.
I've never heard of them.
They finished about for that year, I think.
Okay.
They were good to
Good for them.
Yeah, but still, like I didn't have a good end. So after that, I got the team the next day. And that summer of senior year, I was on here for 3 hours daily on workout. I didn't really know how to work out yet. I just did our team workout. I would work out for about an hour and a half. It was like I squatted like 4 or 5 times a week, benched every day. I just didn't know.
Yeah.
But I was super motivated, so it didn't matter.
Mhm.
And then I go shoot for about an hour and a half. So, and ironically, I did not have a good summer, even though I was in here like that.
Like basketball wise?
No, so our team camps, which good thing college coaches don't watch the team camp. Our team camps, I did not play well either.
Okay.
But then that AAU season, that like in July, I had a really really good tournament in Atlanta, and it pretty much got my honors.
Okay.
But so yeah, so I worked super hard, and then going my freshman year. For some people who have experienced this, when you go from like a community like Monterey who really really cares and is invested, especially in your teams, to JUCO, where it's like, I mean, it is important because you're doing it for yourself, but at the end of the day, you work harder for something bigger than yourself.
Yeah.
And so, like, I really struggled to find the motivation. I was still in here, and I was still in here for 2.5 to a day, but I wasn't as motivated. And then my freshman year of fall, we weren't very good. We won one game. Not an enjoyable experience. COVID made it even worse. And like I said, I was in a rough time already, so I really hated basketball. And I wasn't going to come back. I got talked into coming back. So I come back in my sophomore year with that whole summer. I don't really work. I just kind of missed the whole time.
Yeah.
And that's really detrimental as a basketball player if you're just looking like a bodybuilder and not touching a basketball. And so I didn't have as good a year as I should have. Injuries started to kind of kick in a little bit. And I get to Wesleyan. I still work hard. I've kind of found my joy again. Some stuff happened that lose confidence. Not having a good time. I was sick for like a month that year, and I lost a lot of weight. And my body over time kind of starting to fall apart a little bit.
Yeah.
And uh, I had to work a little more efficiently. And also, I kind of wanted to work a little more efficiently. Like, I didn't want to be in there for 3 hours a day anymore.
Yeah.
Uh,
You're like, how can I scale this back? How can I make this like 2 hours and then go home and like watch?
yeah, and work out there. Like, I didn't know. I had to teach myself how to work out as an athlete.
Yeah.
And so my workouts became more efficient, more athletic based. And then, so I was working out probably 45 minutes a day, depending on what day it was. And then I was in the gym for, like, I had focuses. Instead of working on everything, I worked on one thing for the day or 2 days.
Yeah.
And so now I'm in there for an hour and a half, maybe an hour 45 total, which was way better, honestly. Like, I wish I would have done that for the whole time. So yeah, I mean, I always had some fun work ethic. It definitely changed at the time, though. I feel like I've gotten smarter about it. If I had known that growing up, I probably would have not had as many injuries, but it's what it is.
Yeah.
So,
So would you say then comparing like motivation and consistency, what would you say is more important?
discipline.
You think discipline is
Yeah.
between okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, discipline. Because super motivated, super easy.
Mhm.
It just doesn't always work that way.
Yeah.
And
It's like some days you're motivated, some days you're not. It's like some days you're on fire, and then some days you're just not. It's just not it.
Yeah, and motivation, it's based on like what you want. Like you're motivated to get something.
That's
To
true.
earn something.
Yeah.
But how you feel can hinder that sometimes. Like you could be like, okay, I want to be the best player in the district. Well, I don't feel like lifting it.
Yeah.
Well, I want to be the best player in the district, so I have to be disciplined enough to go work hard enough to be the best player in the district.
Yeah.
Or whatever your goal is. And so definitely. You know David Goggins?
Oh, dude, I
They
do
got
I know who
that.
David Goggins? I read his
You're on
book, bro. Like
which one?
the first what's it
first one?
called? I gotta look it up.
Look it up.
I think it has like a white cover.
Yeah, I read it too.
David Goggins. It's like his like.
Isn't he insane? He wrote two. The second one I haven't read, but
Yeah, I think. Bro, of course I don't have. the service in here is like probably the worst place on the planet to get service. You could probably go to like the Sahara Desert and get service in here, but better than here. No, I can't. I just know he's talking about like his life, like it's his entire life.
You read the whole book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was my freshman year. After my freshman year, that's actually a big reason why I became like who I am. Like, I stopped being
Of
a
college
child
or high
because
school?
freshman year of high school.
Really?
After freshman year of high school, I read that book. Yeah,
Wow.
it changed my life.
It's crazy because when she started off that, right?
Yeah.
And then from that time where he wanted to be a Navy SEAL in that 3 month span,
Mhm.
how hard he worked and
It's
how much he
crazy.
did.
Yeah,
Like it's crazy with the money for himself.
I know. Yeah, it's like he just unleashed it. He unlocked it.
Yeah,
He unlocked it. God.
still it's like I'm putting a lot of those for myself, especially compared to what he was doing.
Yeah.
And you got to think too, he was not a Navy SEAL yet.
Right. Yeah.
is
You had to
actually
go
true
through
thing.
that shield training like was it 3 times?
3 times.
Can't remember what it's called.
And it wasn't because he failed, it's because he get like he was like what he like
got
broke his
injured.
leg his first time, the second time I think what he did.
I think he
But
sickle cell, right? He got sickle cell.
yeah.
They found out during one of them.
Yeah, he was super sick, that's right.
Mhm.
And so yeah, so he didn't even quit. He was gonna fight through both those, but they wouldn't let him. He wouldn't make it through.
He carried the boats.
He
stayed
carried the
hard.
boat, dude.
He stayed hard over there.
He stayed hard, yeah. He's a dog. But yeah, so that he talks about discipline over motivation. Sure.
Yeah. That's actually part of the reason why I asked that question because I thought like when I read his book, I was like, dang, like I'm motivated to be good. I'm not like consistent. I'm not disciplined.
Yeah,
And that's what really like made my mind do a complete 180, you
Yeah.
could say, in a way.
yeah.
But yeah, dude, well, that's sick. Yeah. So would you say you're more of a disciplined person now then? Or are you motivated? Or are you kind of like in that transition phase?
I'm motivated again. But I understand my points discipline.
Yeah.
Because it could just take like I don't really feel like I don't feel like learning like I'm trying to listen to podcasts about coaching and stuff now and I'm really into a couple different coaches at the time or at the moment. So
Wait, who are the coaches you like listening to?
right now I'm all about Ben McClellan.
Who's he the coach of?
Iowa.
Oh, they do. Okay, yeah.
He's the best. Well,
He's a good coach.
He is. Well, I was into him because basketball. I've just watched them play. I see what they do with their screening action and stuff. And I was like, okay, I need to learn more about this. And then every podcast I listen to, he talks a little bit about basketball, but most of it's like this leadership.
Okay.
And just the importance of being like a very humble servant to the people here above. So maybe that's maybe that's more important than basketball stuff.
I would say so. I would argue so.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. But back to the original question, I think I made a big stride. I'm pretty motivated. We're not respected with our middle school team. The way the districts work, like there's not a lot of middle school districts. I think right now there's two. There's about to be 3, but what that means is there's a big range of population in the district.
Yeah.
And so we're pretty small.
Like West Tennessee, Middle Tennessee, and East Tennessee.
No, like our school has like 350 kids. We're double A. There's 2 districts. The other schools in our district have 500. And so we're at a disadvantage. You know what I'm saying? Just numbers wise.
I see what you're saying.
And we lost like all our scoring last year. We pretty much moved our JV up to our varsity. And so I'm really, really motivated. It's my first year. I want to prove that. I'm a little too into it that I want to prove that I can win. It's not about me, and there's way more important.
You're motivated.
Correct. There's way more important things in our record. And I don't even really ever keep up with records anyways. So it's funny that I'm thinking that way. But I'm pretty motivated around it. It's good. But I know that I need to stay disciplined to do that. Like motivation is great. People are motivated all the time and they don't have any disciplines to back it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's definitely true. I feel like there's a lot of people you see in the world today. They have these big goals, these big dreams of like either I want to have a lot of money, I want to get this job.
I think everybody will say something like that. Yeah, and it's like, well, what are you doing to achieve that?
Right.
About 15 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Go. What is LinkedIn? I'm on LinkedIn. Look at jobs.
Yeah, dudes just doom scrolling LinkedIn. Yeah,
yeah. Taking interviews, you know.
Yeah,
that's whatever. So
yeah, no, that's so true. Everybody has like a passion that they want to achieve. Like they have a goal in life, almost like a stats purpose. Whether it's like a job, they have something they're chasing after.
Yeah,
most of the time, and then it's like they're working a little bit towards it.
Yeah,
but then they see other people passing them up, maybe getting more recognition, getting to where they want to be, and they're like, well, why not me? And they start bashing other people. And like I saw it a lot in basketball. It's kind of like you're the play's drawn up for you, or you're a good example is like you're a starter over someone, or you're playing more than a kid, and then it's like the kid is complaining, and the parents kind of are too, and it's just like, but like, what do you do? You know what I mean? Like, you can't drag other people down with you. You've got to like actually be consistent, be disciplined to work on that yourself. And it's crazy because you see a whole lot of adults in the world today too that are that same way. I think you grow up thinking like playing basketball, whatever. You look around and you kind of recognize this, but it's like a whole lot of adults act like children in the system, like talking about other people, trying to tear other people down, thinking they deserve things like it should just be handed to them, like a silver platter. And it's honestly just sad. And then they'll blame other people, stuff like that. They'll blame like the economy, like maybe the economy's not doing as good now as it was like several months ago or something like that. But like you're acting like you're waking up at 10 o'clock, you don't have a job, you're not exercising, you're eating like terrible food, like you're rotting. And that's your fault. There are people out there thriving because there are so many opportunities to thrive in this country, but you're not doing anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, lack of some accountability.
Yeah.
And it definitely spills over, especially the parent. I'm pretty blessed to have good parents right now. Not just my own parents, talk about my team's parents too. But but yeah, it's I'll tell a story, I guess. I don't want to make it about me, but whatever. Um, my junior year at Wesley, my first year there, like I said, some things happened. I struggled with confidence. Really my worst year in basketball, especially in college. And I didn't even like you're not watching like, oh, he sucks. But knowing how what I could have done and how I was playing scared, like just scared to not make mistakes. Didn't know like what shots I should be taking and stuff like that. And so, and I'm not even like a shot chucker. Like 7 shots a game. I'll start with minutes. You know, what I'm talking about going crazy. But anyway, so I just had real confidence issues and throwing blame around all the time. And was there blame to be thrown around? Yes. Does it make anything better? No. And so I went to a PDC camp and I got to work with that guy, that's Auburn, the person in me. And his perspective is incredible, man. It just puts you into just control what you can control, man. Do do those things to the best of your ability. And so that summer I had actually got hurt. I tore my ankle up and that was like my first kind of big injury. And I didn't it wasn't handled well, and so it lasted longer than it should have. I didn't recover. My first day back to first day of practice, which was at September something. Yeah. And so I ended up losing my starting spot. Um, the season goes on through like the beginning of January. I'm not playing like a whole lot. It's my senior year. I'm playing like maybe 10, 15 minutes a game, but I'm playing well. So it's even, and we're not really winning. So it's really frustrating when you're playing well, you're not winning, and you're not playing a lot. And but I handled it way, way better than I ever would have because of what I learned at PGC. And like I had a teammate who's like, dude, I'd be crashing out if I was you, like if you playing, like I couldn't do it if I was you there. And then eventually, like in January, I got the opportunity to start, kept playing well, started playing like 35 minutes a game or whatever it was, and I mean, it was all because of the mentality, the self accountability piece. You know, it's crazy how it makes everything better, and also it just your mood is so much better because instead of trying to blame people, it's just living life as like the victim. It's like, well, I mean, I still I'm gonna get in the gym. It's not gonna change how I'm gonna work out, you know. And so hopefully we can instill that in our team this year, especially middle school. It's natural in language, like it's natural to not be able to achieve. I think Nick Saban said that he's like what we're trying to do with our program to make people high achievers. It's hard to do because nobody like naturally does it, you know. We're trying to almost Dan Hurley says he brainwashed it in a sense. Um, so hopefully we can.
I love Dan Hurley.
The man.
Yeah, he's the guy.
Have you listened to his book? He has two. I only found that out. He has two. So he wrote one after the second championship.
Okay.
Fired. It's just stories about really his coaching journey. Sick. But I found out he has another one, and I can't remember what it's called, but he wrote it like 12 years ago.
I'll have to give that a listen.
Yeah, and it's not even about coaching. It's like about just it's kind of like a self-help thing.
That makes sense with him.
Yeah. Everybody gives him a little bad rap, and he's earned it. He's kind of earned it, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
But he really does like They do a book study with his players. He's all about growing them as people, even though he has a tough practice and stuff.
Yeah.
He's pretty hard on, but it makes it better. That's his own goal. So
Yeah. Have you seen the clips of him? I think of one specifically where he has someone keep handing him balls, and he just keeps throwing them to the side. It's like his little anger, like fidget thing.
yeah,
He's like crashing out. He's got his hand right here, and I guess there's a dude like Terrence or something on the team, and he messes up. And he's like, Terrence, no.
he said stop daydreaming.
Yeah, yeah. He's like,
Quit
stop.
daydreaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, stares.
I heard a story about him, man. I have a buddy who I guess knows a GA over there.
Yeah.
And this is so funny. When I heard it, I started dying laughing. But he was telling a story about how there was some player that they were mad at. I guess he wasn't doing good at it or something.
Mm-hmm.
And Dan Hurley tells the entire coaching staff, like, nobody talks to that kid except. And so
That's hilarious.
it's crazy. And so the kid comes to the practice or whatever, and he starts talking to the GA. And Dan Hurley sees, and Dan Hurley sees GA that's there or whatever. And eventually he goes over and talks to him, and he says, go kill yourself before I kill you.
That's got me dead, bro.
Could you imagine Dan Hurley's looking at you and telling you that? Just picture the face of the guy.
I know he's like red. He's got like spit coming out of his mouth and everything. Like
scowling at you, man.
Yeah.
So,
oh my goodness, that's hilarious.
yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, I feel like a coach that I had that reminds me like of him is Coach Martin.
Yeah.
Like people say that comparison. I know he said his favorite coach was like Bobby Knight or somebody.
That's
I love Coach
choice.
Martin. Yeah.
Popular choice.
Yeah. I love Coach Martin. Like I'm not hating him out. I think I was probably the only kid that ever played for him here to like actually like
Yeah.
like I loved Coach Martin. And he was a great dude, like
He's a really
off the floor too.
Yeah.
Like
You can't help but love him off the floor.
I know, he was just like a dad that like off
Yeah.
the floor. He's just like a cool dude.
Yeah, you can't help but love him off the floor.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of Bob Knight disciples before you get into coaching.
Mhm.
I think around here there's a bunch of Pat Summitt disciples.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Pat Summitt, which is fair.
She's from Sparta, right?
No, she's from I think she's from Manchester.
Is it Manchester?
Maybe not, but she's somewhere close.
She's the girl that coached at Tennessee.
Kelly Harper.
Maybe that's what I'm
She
thinking.
coached it too. But yeah, okay. But you see, it's a lot of, especially at East Tennessee, like that's kind of where I'm at now.
Mhm.
You see a lot of the rebound toughness kind of coaching, where they're just kind of yelling at them about rules defensive rebounding.
Yeah.
And it's great. It is great. Like you need that. You need that toughness in the game. I'm not saying that, but I do think there's more now than just defensive rebounding and how tough you can be.
Yeah. Definitely.
So the game's evolved with that. I'm starting to love like the new way. You can see the new way of coaching.
Oh, for sure.
You can see the difference. What sticks out to you about the new way of coaching?
Oh, bro, the easy. I don't even have to think about it. The first thing when I think of new wave of coaching, I think of dudes like in Jordans, like just coaching in Jordans, talking about like shooting. Like, hey, we gotta get like the open three. Like that's what we're doing. Like we're gonna shoot like 45 minutes, 30 minutes in practice. Like I want my players to be able to just stroke the like that. It's offense. It's like fast paced tempo. Shooting threes.
Yeah.
Like defense, yeah, like we're gonna be dogs, but like those threes. That's what I see when that's what I think when I think of new wave of coaching.
What about how they talk to players?
Oh, they're
Is
way
there
more
no
chill.
Maybe.
I think they.
I think they're more positive. I wouldn't maybe say chill. Like I think the
They
best
definitely
coaches still maybe Dusty May. Like you don't see him yell a lot, but definitely positive. But they still like if you're gonna hold somebody to a high standard, when they don't get that high standard, you've got to let them know. You can't just let that slide.
Like let a naysayer know.
Let a naysayer know.
Yeah.
Exactly. Who said that?
Nick said.
No, Nick said.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Maybe he got it from somebody. I don't know. I thought
no, it wasn't. It was the quarterback
for Alabama.
It was Jalen Hurts. Because you remember the interview with the ESPN guy? I don't remember the reporter's name. He's on there all the time. He's got the dark hair. And he was telling it, and it's L-A-N-K. Yeah, it's not like what you need to think of to say it. Yeah, and he's like, let a naysayer know. Pat McAfee, that is not what I thought.
Oh yeah, that clip cracks me up. He's like, so what is Pat McAfee like? So what does like mean?
Yeah,
and then he said he's like, oh, that is not what I thought you were gonna.
Maybe
say.
it wasn't Jalen Hurts. It was somebody on the Alabama quarterback. But yeah, dude.
Yes, I know that clip. I'm very familiar.
Yeah,
very fun.
All time.
Very fun. Yes, I love Pat McAfee. Bro, he's just racking it. ESPN just let somebody go. And
60 million.
Yeah, he just consumed his like net worth and everything on the money they were giving him. Because I saw a thing, it was like ESPN then and now, and it was like then it was like journalists, dudes in suits and everything, and now it's like the scheduling for ESPN. It's like Pat McAfee, Stephen A. Smith, Pat McAfee, Stephen A. Smith, Pat McAfee, Stephen A. Smith,
Yeah.
and then repeat like every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they paid them all the money, so
Yeah, they're entertainers.
yeah.
They're entertainers that know a lot about what they're talking about. So I mean, it's like,
I actually enjoy Pat McAfee. I don't care if you listen to Stephen A. Because he's definitely a hot take.
oh yeah.
He's trying to be clean.
Then yeah, for rename first takes is just like
Hot take. That's valid.
That is valid.
But McAfee, I feel like actually kind of doesn't necessarily chase the take. He does chase clips. He's definitely clip farm.
He's clip farming like crazy.
Yeah, especially on game.
Oh yeah.
But he's not chasing takes.
Yeah. Dude, I feel like all he does is clip farm. Like he's not just a regular dude. Like he's like clip farm, like
Yeah.
time after time, like standing on the chair and everything. Like,
Yeah.
shoot, I don't know. He might like set up someone to like assassinate him as his next like thing to like escape death or something on like his show. Like maybe take him out with like a football.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
He's done some crazy stuff.
He has, yeah. I like him though. He's cool. He's like a frat bro.
He's literally a frat bro. He's definitely like
40-year-old frat bro.
Yeah.
Like dude needs to grow up.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's entertaining, so I mean, people pay for it.
He is. He is.
Well, okay, so tell me a little bit about what it's like being from Monterey, like small country town, like up on the mountain. Like, you know, you have Putnam County where it's like all good, Cookville, Baxter, and then a lot of people kind of tend to forget about Monterey because it's so out of the way. It's up on a mountain, you know, like there's not really a reason to come up here. Like, what is it kind of like being from here, a small town? The community's pretty close. Like, how do you like feel being from being like raised in Monterey, being up here a lot?
Yeah, I have a unique perspective because we lived in Cookville, growing up, but I went to Monterey K through 12, so um, I really enjoyed it. I like the small town community. I work in a small town now. I really like it. I hope to send my kids to a small town high school or whatever at some point.
Yeah.
It's super cool, especially whenever you start like having success as a team, and then like we saw the years before my sophomore year, we weren't my freshman year, we were just kind of mid. Before that, they were mid too, so not a lot of clowns. Just there's no reason to really come watch the game. So, but once you start like picking up success and get it rolling, you see that people start coming and all support. It's just crazy. I have so I didn't really know who he was at the time. I know who he is now. I definitely know who he is after this. But there's Danny Top. He runs the Monterey Foods grocery store.
Oh yeah, he's like a Monterey elite.
Yeah. Well, I didn't really I knew he came to our games, and I've like we spoke to him once or twice, but I didn't like know him. If you like saying they knew it's Danny Top. Yeah. But my senior year, after season happened or whatever, he gave me this graduation gift, I guess. And I think he really just felt bad that we didn't get to play our state tournament or whatever. But he gave me this graduation gift, and it was like a really, really nice college bag. And I still have it, I still use it for now. In the bag, and I'll probably use it for the next like 25 years as a credit.
Oh wow.
But in the bag was like $300.
Oh my gosh.
Plus about $300 to $400 of gift cards.
What a guy.
Plus just a bunch of candy and stuff. Like it was at least a $1,200 gift.
That's insane.
Yeah, just because I was like we played basketball,
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? And so the support was real, man. It was.
If this is Madison Square Garden, he's Ben Stiller.
Spike Lee.
Spike Lee, my bad.
Yeah, no, Spike. Yeah, either way, but yeah,
either one. But Spike Lee's more of
Yeah, he's the man. He's the man. And so, but yeah, we were always kind of overlooked. When people forget about you, but also when you don't have success, it's very easy to get overlooked.
Yeah.
And Monterey wasn't super good at a lot of different sports, and so to finally have a little bit of success, it's pretty cool. And my senior year, I actually remember like towards the summer, I didn't really know if I was going to play college, but it wasn't my main focus. Like my main focus was to get back to state and then hopefully win it because it's never been done in any sport. They've made they've made a state championship in softball and that's it. Okay, and so that's what I wanted. Obviously, we didn't get the opportunity, but just would have been really really cool to be the first one from Monterey for any school.
Ty's gonna get it done.
I hope so, man.
I hope he does. I could actually see like that's a great high. I could see him like being here a very long time.
Yeah.
And being here after a couple of years, like he's got momentum, like kids are coming here, like from maybe like Crossville, Cookville, like he's gonna have some successful teams.
Yeah, and it should be easier now. I mean, you can't prove obviously, but you get the one-time transfer.
Yes.
So once you start having success, that's kind of how it like does. Once we start having success, like people start.
But you can't recruit.
No, can't.
Like you can't go to like a middle school game and be like, you want to come up to Monterey.
You should not.
Really?
No, you
Oh, I
should
didn't
not
know
do
that.
that.
Okay.
And you can't have. Apparently, you can't. I don't know this specific rule, so I may be butchering this. You can't communicate through other people either.
Mm.
Of course, people do it. Like that's why you were like, oh, you can't do that because everybody people do it. But yeah, you're not supposed to. And so, but anyways, once you start having success, you want to be a part of it. And it's like upper camp. That's why everybody goes up because they're good.
Oh, that's so true.
Yeah. So you don't have to necessarily recruit like your product sell itself. And so at some point, once you start having some success, it'll sell itself like other players.
Mhm.
But it's also Monterey's on a different spot now than it was when we were growing up. Monterey they have a feeder program now.
They have a what?
So they have like at first when I grew up, it was middle school basketball, high school basketball, nothing before.
Yeah.
Now, so like we would start playing basketball until they're teen adult.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard when you're a little behind. You know what I'm saying? So uh, now they have like a co-ed league.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they're more invested now, and he has a good opportunity to invest in the people that are invested in that.
Mhm.
And so like to teach those coaches how you want to not necessarily coach, but how you want to develop those kids at that age, what the main points are. Like, don't be so focused on winning as a third grade coach because I don't remember what my third grade record was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like,
Just like development stuff.
development, teaching how to play. That's the best kind of development. I heard Ben McCollum said the other day, shout out Ben McCollum again. Ben McCollum, like, he's like, everybody's really sold on the skill work and all these individual drills and stuff. He's like, my opinion, the best form of skill work is shot selection.
Mm-hmm.
Like you will make more shots if you take better shots.
Yeah.
Instead of just working on all different shots. Like, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And so yeah, so he has a really good opportunity to have some success. I mean, I don't know why. Look at Monterey; it's super nice.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, and then you have the smaller school, which I prefer, but not everybody's preference. But I really liked it when you knew everybody in the class. Um, and in high school, especially as you get to like sophomore and senior, you kind of get along with everybody.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, dude, he has a good opportunity. He's gonna have some success. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah. I'm gonna be at a lot of the games this year.
Me too,
for sure.
I'm trying to probably Fridays. I'll be able to before that, but
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
yeah,
Fridays. Yeah,
I'll drive
that
on
works
Fridays
for me too. For
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, Fridays. Yeah, we'll do that's amazing. Okay, what type of like do you have like a deep connection to Monterey? You feel like do you feel like they have helped so much in making you who you are?
Yeah,
Like the community and everything.
yeah.
Like this community mean a lot to you. You say.
It does. I care a lot about Monterey. It was really hard. Like I said, I want to come back. It's really hard not to come back.
Mm.
Or it was really hard to come back. Guys, this is me where I am for a reason, and I realize that. I'm super thankful for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, being a part of, like I said, my basketball journey, I was always on the side to that motivation. Being a part of Monterey makes it even better because you're overlooked already. Not just in the county with the different schools and stuff, but also in your district because in your district, especially when we were there, all those schools had success. Like just routinely, like you're playing schools who have state championships.
Yeah.
And so for us to finally get that rolling, it was like it was a great feeling first off, but to be an underdog, to have to work to get that instead of just like walking into a successful program, um, was very meaningful, especially now that I've been on splitting team for college and stuff. But yeah, I have a deep connection. I'm super glad to talk about it.
That's good. Yeah.
It's so I can stay updated and involved.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, no, that's sick. Yeah. Yeah, I saw him at church today. There's something funny about him. I don't know. Every time I see him, I kind of want to laugh. I don't know what it is. There's some people that like, and I think it's because I grew up watching him play in high school, and he was mad cocky. I don't think that cocky was the right word, but he took some deep threes. Like he low key was like a ball hawk.
He was bugged. He was a senior. He definitely get him up to senior. That was kind of his fault too. Like he was a straight bug.
Yeah.
And so just kind of let it be bugging.
Yeah.
And he didn't really have many bad games either. So
Well,
he was 11. When you take tough shots too, though, you gotta have some arrogance about you.
Oh yeah, no, you definitely do. That's what I said to you. You have to be a little arrogant, not like a jerk, but like you've got to be a little like arrogant to like be
Blind
confident to take
Yeah,
to do stuff like that.
for sure, some blind confidence. He definitely had that, which was great because before that he had no confidence at all.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, he was like, "Oh, I missed
You
a
said
shot."
you destroyed his confidence.
Huh?
While he's at home just hooping against them, and you destroyed his confidence.
No, he was like before couldn't beat him 1-1 or anything like that. He was like miss a shot and then he'd be done.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
he,
fine.
yeah,
He's just mentally checked out.
checked out. Hated basketball, but yeah, he flipped the series.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, I know. Yeah, y'all did build a very successful team around here, like program and everything. I know y'all would always play Van Buren, and they were really good. And I don't honestly, I don't know that y'all ever beat them, but I mean they were cold. Caden Mills was tough.
Yeah, we didn't beat him till my junior year, which I was after Peyton and left.
Okay.
But we lost on a half court shot at their place, and then we lost here in overtime.
Yes.
That's all.
I think I was at both of those games.
Yeah,
Maybe I wasn't at the first one, but I feel like I heard about that.
yeah,
Yeah, that was like, yeah, I remember hearing that rivalry. That was like my like Warriors versus Cavs, I guess.
It was
like,
fun, man. Yeah, we lost on the one at their place. The inbounders they inbounded the ball, took the half court shot. The inbounder stepped over the line. So what's it called? Is what it is.
It's a
Here,
small town ref.
it is to be like that, man. You single lady, you get small guys. Um, here we got fouled on like it was like a 3-quarter heave, and they called the foul, and,
Oh, that's rare.
but they said it was on the floor. And so we didn't shoot free throws, and it was clearly in the air.
Yeah.
So we didn't shoot free throws, and went to overtime and lost. Which shoot, this one we should have probably done better in some things to win this games. But yeah, it is what it is. Those are fun. Those were fun. We played Clay County a lot during my 4 years. All 4 years, those are fun matchups. Except my first year, they were way better than us my freshman year. But yeah,
That's good.
that's good.
Yeah. I came in here, bro. We just killed. We killed, bro. Everything good.
No,
Your daddy, I didn't know. Well, okay, I'm exaggerating it to an extent. I think back to my freshman year, we were like 4 games under 500, so not terrible. But I think I remember like Coach Martin telling us that like 10 of our games we had lost by 5 points or less. Like we just were not a fourth quarter team. We would sell so
Yeah.
hard.
I've been on those teams. I had a coach in college one time. Oh, this is a terrible set. Don't ever tell your teammates.
Okay.
But he said we were only like 15 made threes. Not good stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about that.
I mean, yeah, but like
Those are
you've
like
got to
threes
generate.
you got to make at the right time to.
You've got to generate the open looks to make them, and even then, you're wide open. You're making 40%.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a good stat.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
But yeah, it's very hard to win games. I know at Ball State, like winning is it's a it's a habit almost. Like at Ball State, you know, like when I went there, they were bad. When I was there, we were bad. My freshman year, we didn't have as many of these. My sophomore year, we would be like, we would be up. We'd be up. Looks like we're about to win, but we all felt like we're about to lose, and we would end up losing.
Yeah.
And that's what I learned probably the most about being coming from a winning program to a losing one. It's like, wow, because on the other side, you're always like, we're about to win. Like regardless of if we're down or whatever, it's you know the mentality doesn't change.
Yeah.
And so it's a crazy flip, but also see the importance of just the habits and stuff and building that confidence, building that edge to get that mentality.
Yeah. Mhm. That's sick. Do you have any? What is your greatest piece of advice?
Uh, I'm gonna stick with the two I did the first time.
Okay. Yeah. Makes sense.
So the first one, I'll give my spiritual one and then just the regular one, I guess. But the regular one, I was working at camp at PTC one I talked about earlier. And there was some drill. The way it works is like you're over a basket and you got 20 kids at your goal.
Yeah.
And there was some drill that I didn't really understand the explanation of, and I'm trying to replicate it, but I don't know what's going on, and so I screwed up really badly. And then I told the director of the game, I was like, "Hey, Scott, uh, like, sorry, I didn't know what was going on. Like, I didn't understand or whatever, and like, what can I do better? I guess pretty much." And the guy looked at me and was like, a look like I'm about to hurt your feelings. He was like, what, you want me to be honest?" It just gave me the look. What are you about to say? Like,
Yeah.
it's about to be brutal. But he was just like, just be confident. Like, it doesn't matter if you're wrong or whatever. Like, whatever you stick with, just stick to that and just, they'll do it. it doesn't matter. And so just be confident whatever you do. And there's moments I'm not going to sit here and be like, I just going through my head all the time.
Yeah.
But there's moments when I have some indecision or something, and I'm just like, that'll kind of pop back in. Like, it doesn't matter what you do at this point.
Mhm.
Just be confident with whatever you're doing. There was a story I heard on a podcast from Will Hardy, the Jazz head coach, and you need to listen to him. He's incredible.
Yeah.
But he was telling us something about how in the Spurs, he coached Greg Popovich, he was the Spurs coach staff. They would have like knockdown, drag out fights about maybe what pick and roll coverage or whatever. Like they're about to run just over the basketball game.
Yeah.
And it lasts forever. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because Papa's pick whatever to do. And then they leave the meeting, and the coach who was against it and like yelling and screaming and darn near fighting to do the other thing is acting like it was his idea. You know what I'm saying? And like not in a bad way, like support like it's his idea.
Yeah.
And so just be confident. Whatever decision you make, like you feel like it's right, or you've done the the thought process leading to stick with it, man. Just be confident. Whatever it is, just don't look back. And the spiritual one, I have a buddy who is debating on leaving to be like a church planter. And so the way that would work for him right now is he would go to this church that would kind of train for you, and it's out of the country. It's in a place that you could be like, you wouldn't normally go there, you know?
It's like in the mountains.
For him, it's Canada.
Oh, okay.
So he's country. He's country.
Mhm.
And so he was picturing that from him. But anyways, we're kind of joking about that, how it's funny how God might put you there, you know, and I was after he got done joking, I was like, well, you going? He hadn't decided yet, but he was like, well, it's not really up to me. You know, and I was like, man, that's such a good answer. Because the Bible says, man plans his step, but man plans his path up to him, but God directs his steps.
Mhm.
And so, such a good perspective, and like wherever God wants you, He's got you there for a purpose, and if they're not, it's usually not gonna feel great. Just the reality. But they're always leading you back to Him, getting you back to a life that will give Him give Him glory. You know, and so yeah, it's just a cool perspective. I had somebody ask me the other day, it was like, "You ever plan on coming home?" And I kind of just stole the answer. I was like, "Well, it's not really up to me." The guy's like, "Oh, that's so good." And I was like, "Yeah, it's not my answer, but it's true. It really is up to us." And once you kind of let go, like we talked about being the Lord of your own life, once you kind of let go and let God be the Lord of your life and give Him the reins. And, I'm not gonna say life's better because honestly, He puts you through tough times to grow even better for His purpose and His glory. But it's definitely more freeing.
Yeah.
You're definitely in a better direction because of it. So yeah, man, it's not up to me.
Yeah. Well, those are both definitely great. I appreciate that.
I want to ask you.
Yeah.
I'm not listening to all your podcasts.
Okay.
I'm excited to listen to the last one, Marcus.
Yes.
I'm really excited.
That one's crazy.
I'm sure. I didn't know he was an actor.
Well, he wasn't an actor. His wife was an actor. He did. He produced music and stuff like that.
Super cool dude, by the way.
Oh yeah, he's really
Super
cool.
cool dude.
Yeah.
But what is your greatest piece of advice? Have you answered that on the podcast at all?
I have. Yeah, I did one by myself. I said it's like just following God, and I went in depth. I was like, you've heard this a ton of times, but I was basically like, everyone's looking for something in life, whether you're a Christian or not. You're either looking for it in a relationship, and money, and a job. You're looking for a purpose, basically. And that purpose is never get satisfied.
Right.
You know, it might be drugs, it might be money. You're constantly going to crave more of that purpose.
Yeah.
And you're going to crave it. You're going to get it eventually. And it's going to leave a bigger hole in your body and you're going to feel more empty. Right. And the only thing that can fill that hole is God. It's a God shaped hole. He's infinite. Right. He's going to do more than just fill that hole in your body, that void. And like your life, you may not be, you know, you're gonna prosper, but you may not prosper in the way you think. You may not be a millionaire, but you're gonna prosper in life in the sense of you're gonna be at peace and you're gonna be at joy, and that's what you're looking for, satisfaction. That's my like greatest piece of advice. Like that's truly the greatest piece of advice. But like when it comes to like motivation, like to get down to like gym, the basketball, school work, all that, I would say consistency and confidence is key. The two C's. They're like the most important thing I think you could possibly have. Because, like I'm 20 right now, or I'm about to be 20. That's young in the grand scheme of things, right? Like say I look to be like I'm a fourth of the way through my life. Yeah. So like, if I can just be consistent and be confident for 20 years until I'm 40, like then imagine like where I'll be at. And then I'm just like at my midlife or the younger side of things, you know?
Yeah.
And then you've got people there in their 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever, being like, dang, you know, I wish I had done this.
Yeah.
So many people, like, when they get older, they're like, I regret not doing this. I wish I had done that. And I think back, like, to when I played basketball and stuff. I have regret. I don't, like, dwell on them. There are things I obviously wish I had done and done better.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm going to right now be consistent and I'm going to be confident and make the hard decision right now and do that so that I don't end up regretting it in the future. And it's worked out for me since doing that and everything. Uh, I think you have to like be greedy in the long run, not like actually greedy, but you have to think more long term than short term. You know, you have to be willing to like, you know, live off maybe like a fourth of your paycheck, like live with your parents as long as you can and live off a fourth of that paycheck, live below your means, you know, be a humble guy, you know, uh, make sacrifices and do as much as you can while you're young and be consistent in doing that and be confident and be bold. And eventually, through confidence and consistency, you manifest who you want to be to reality. It's just what I've realized, and it's worked out a lot. But yeah, I've actually
That's great.
thank you.
We should end right there, but I kind of want to ask you a question.
Yeah,
What's your biggest regret? Maybe a question. What's your biggest regret basketball being deleted?
my biggest regret in basketball specifically.
Basketball. Yeah.
Man, let's see. Because I feel like I gave it I really do feel like
Yeah.
this. And I think that where I ended up, I'm happy with. I had gone to Will at TLT. You know, I want to have him on here at some point because he's a great guy and knows so much. I told him I want to go play basketball at Tech and then go to the NBA. So he takes notes. And he laughed. He was like, all right, let's write Duke down instead of Tech. And he didn't take that seriously. And so I kind of felt like, oh, like this dude really doesn't think that I can go be a great basketball player and kill it at Tech and then go to the NBA. And so that's kind of like my motivation stemmed a lot from that. That kind of got the ball rolling. But, you know, I had trainers like because I have epilepsy. And so I got on this medicine. Basically, I was at like 160 at 5'5" in young in the seventh grade. So I went from being a starter in sixth grade to the last guy to come off the bench. And my parents were basically like, "We're gonna get you a basketball trainer and uh like a personal trainer, like an athletic trainer and everything. Like we're not letting you quit. Like you know this is it's a setback, but you're gonna overcome it." Sort of. Yeah. Shout out mom and dad. They're the reason I'm here. Like this one of the main reasons. And so like I mean I was up at like 5 in the mornings, a lot of mornings doing this stuff and doing the hard, crazy work, going to winning games like right after. So going from all good to Sparta, things like that in a hot gym. I'm sure you've been in there.
Yeah.
At the OMS. And so like I feel like I gave it my all. And like Coach Martin brought out a whole lot in me. I feel like he's great at getting his players to be dogs dive on the floor, you know. He's like, you know, if you can give me your all and you can be coachable, that's all I care about.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna ask any more of you. And so, like, I feel like where I ended up, I'm satisfied with. But to answer your question, I wish that the knowledge I ended with my like junior, senior year, because my junior, senior year and back into my sophomore year was like when I had to figure it out. I had the pieces.
Yeah.
You know, like that was when I was like, okay, like I think I truly believe I can do a better job coaching this team than my coach. That was when I was like, I feel like I just know basketball. Like I could go get basketball lessons and be confident in the kids I'm training. I'm not leading them astray.
Yeah.
And so I wish I had had that knowledge maybe sooner. I struggled with confidence a lot in middle school. So that was more like a personal issue. It wasn't basketball, but it leaked into basketball.
Yeah.
So I do wish that I had more confidence like some of the kids I played with when I was in middle school. Um, but yeah, I don't have any regrets or anything like that I hold on to. But I do wish I had the knowledge I had my like junior senior year because I found it all myself. Like
Yeah.
it was all stuff from Instagram. It was like obsessing over Instagram and like David Goggins, like all these people.
Yeah.
You know, and I wish that uh maybe I'd grown up not watching as much TV and playing as much Xbox, and I was more like obsessed with hard work. But also, like, I know my senior year, I was like, man, I'm ready for this basketball stuff to be over. Cause, like, I grew up and it was like, in the summers, it was like, I'm training every day. Like, I'm getting up early. I'm doing like 2 workouts a day. Like, I'm trying to eat right. You know, I'm getting my sleep in and everything like that. And then basketball is like a year long. Like, you've got you've got team camps. So I see all my friends going out and doing all these things, posting on social media. And I was kind of like, I'm ready for that life, to hang out with my friends and have like an actual life.
Yeah.
Because like I was pretty isolated in the gym. Like I love putting in my headphones and listening to music and just grinding it out.
Yeah.
And I was like that ever since I was in like elementary school. I had my like iPhone 4 in my pocket and it was wired earbuds at the time in like 2015, whatever. And I was just listening to music and shoot. It was like I was listening to like Sugar by Maroon 5
Yeah.
and Shut Up and Dance with Me, whatever. I had those two songs like on repeat.
Yeah, bangers.
Bangers.
Yeah.
But yeah, to answer your question, I don't have many regrets, but I wish that I had sought out knowledge at a younger age. I guess it's a better way of working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you. Well, um, do you enjoy the life you live now?
Oh, I love.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm a
I
little
would
jealous. A little jealous. That part of me always wanted to. I mean, I quit and I came back, but I quit freshman year to do that. And so, and I never really got that, which is my own choice. And it's what God had for me.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it looks way better than the college basketball experience I got, especially because my experience was like, I was so driven to, I guess, prove to myself that nobody really cares that when you're playing in AI, to prove to myself that I could be successful at like college basketball. Not just successful, I feel like I had a successful career, but be as good as I wanted to be, And then there was just so many drawbacks and setbacks that were kind of out of my control. So I didn't get the experience I wanted, and I would absolutely trade it. It's not up to me, like I said, but I would absolutely trade it for just a regular college life.
Yeah.
Because I was still, because isolated, still kind of isolated, just the way it is. But also the experience I've gotten, especially since I'm a coach, the experience I've gotten, not just the confidence issues, um, all the different things. It's like God absolutely used it for now and the next 34 years the coaching is meant to be.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, I'm a little jealous, so I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
But it's not up to me, man. I'm thankful it's not because I would have the perspective and the things. I don't want to say what not to do, but what not to do.
Yeah.
In my position now, if I had gone through those things.
Mhm.
So yeah.
But yeah,
Don't take it for granted, man. It's a good time.
it is. It goes by quick too,
It does.
but very fast.
It does.
Yeah. I've actually taken like, because we've kind of already had this conversation to an extent. Intake one that's deleted. It's gone. It's in the void.
It's not even deleted. It just never.
Yeah, it never got like fully downloaded.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So your first piece of advice for uh or the second piece of advice you gave, like for basketball, like if you're gonna make a mistake, give it your all. I've started telling my players that actually, in training and everything. I tell them that because some kids, they don't understand what we're doing. They kind of nod their head, but you can just see in their actions they don't.
Yeah.
So I tell them before and after, if you're gonna make a mistake, give it your all.
Right.
Get used to that.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the mentality we're trying to build over there.
Aspire. Something we tell our team a lot is your mistakes don't lose your games. Because mistakes are really unavoidable.
Yeah.
It's your mistake response to lose your games. So like if you turn it over and then don't screw back, and I train this play up, I train this defense. It's like if you're a bad team, you're bad at training.
Yeah.
Just the reality.
Oh, that's true.
Then it's not even the turnover that beats you because the giving up the 2 points or whatever was avoidable.
Yeah.
But because you didn't respond appropriately, you're not going to be losing. You know what I'm saying? So we tell that to our team a lot. I don't know how it means. I've told it's like a high school team or whatever. I think middle school is just you're so caught up on your own mistakes. We've not really seen a lot of success. Like it's not natural for people to be good at basketball. It's very rare. You see these natural athletes, but it doesn't happen a lot.
Yeah.
So they have to work to find how to shoot. Find out how to shoot. They have to teach a 2 foot finish. It's like extremely hard in middle school because they just naturally go off one and half the time it's the wrong foot.
Yeah.
And so because they're constantly making mistakes, most of them don't respond appropriately, and they're young. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So we preach that a lot. Probably not even enough, but it's definitely the right. It's definitely something we can put in our culture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I agree.
I like
Yes. Thank you. Well, I mean, you're the one that said it. I had to put that. I had to throw that bad boy in there. But yeah, do you mind if I pray for you real quick?
Love to, bro.
Sweet. Let's do it. Dear God, Heavenly Father, I thank you for Peyton West for uh, letting me have him here on this podcast, Lord. I pray for those that are listening to this, Lord. I pray that what he said and the conversations we had, uh, just people, it stands out to people that they listen to it, that they dwell on it, they think about it, they see if they can apply it in their own lives, Lord. I pray that the people watching or listening to this also know that it's not me or him that's speaking this knowledge or anything, that it's Christ through us. That without him we're nothing. That we're broken, we're isolated, we're depressed, we can't do anything ourselves, but the light of Christ inside of us allows us to do good, to bear good fruits, Lord. I thank you for Peyton. I pray for his future, for his success. I pray for a great upcoming season for him, dear Lord, and that he does great. And I thank you for this episode. In your name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Bro, it was a lot of fun, man.
It was.
Proud of you, dude.
Thank you. Take two.
Thank you guys for joining this week's episode of the Weston Motivates podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it a lot and were able to take away some things to apply into your own life and found some of the stuff we were talking about useful or interesting. And if you want to support the channel, you can follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify. We're looking to expand sometime here soon, but right now we're on those 3 platforms. Again, it is Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify. All 3 are just Weston Motivates, so if you'd like to drop a follow to stay up to date on the episodes and the guests and the content we make, then I highly recommend subscribing. We also do extra content on Instagram with posts on stories and reels every single day. With that being said, I hope you guys have a great week.